I wish you a pleasant viewing. Don't scream at the people who have the ability to cancel your insurance. I worked at a pet insurance company a couple years ago. Anyone who has worked in customer services, or in insurance, will know it's a job from hell. People yell at you for things the accounting team have messed up. For things the policy writers have done, for literally anything that you can't control, but such is the life. One day I was connected to Telephone Karen, who immediately replied to my cheery greeting with a pissed off attitude. I knew immediately that call was going to be a rough one. She told me she took her large, older dog into the vet for a problem the day before, and it turned out her policy didn't cover what she needed for her large dog anymore as he was getting older. So she wanted to switch policies. I told her I could do that for her no problem. However, whatever the condition was that she got checked out the day before won't be covered, as it would be listed as a pre-existing condition, which means anything that was diagnosed or found to be relating to a condition noted down. That simply would not do for Telephone Karen. She started negotiating what she wanted me to do, which was essentially to move her over to another policy, one that would cover the condition her old dog was going to have for the rest of his life it seems. All the previous conditions too, and if I could take the price down a bit, that would be great. I told her there are really only two options: to keep the policy she had, as it did cover a bunch of other things for her dog that I could see in his file, or cancel and have no conditions. The dog has been diagnosed within the last 2 years, covered it all with any other policy she would take out, with our company or otherwise. I explained there was literally nothing else I could do. Those were the policies as they were written, and I did not make the rules. My telephone manner was calm and polite. I didn't go out of my way to make her mad, just gave her the facts. Telephone Karen started yelling demands and all sorts of curses down the phone, at which point I turned the call's volume down a bit and checked my phone for messages and stuff. This is common. We customer service reps do not have to be at full attention if you're going to come at us with total nonsense. When Telephone Karen had finished, I reiterated the police's and my lack of control to do anything other than the options I gave. She screamed, literally screamed in my ears, "Just go ahead and cancel the policy then, you BH," and hung up on me. The rules for cancellations were very clear in my job. If a customer said they wanted to cancel, we had to do it immediately. If we didn't, and another payment goes out etc., we as individuals could have been sued and lost our job in the same day. So I asked my manager over and explained the situation, that I thought TK had told me to cancel out of distress. And she confirmed, I had to if she asked me to, it didn't matter in what context. So that's exactly what I did. I had it on record that she asked, well, screamed at, me to do it, and we had to cancel a policy if a customer asked us to. I knew the cancellation email had reached her as soon one of my desk mates flinched, after they greeted a new caller. I had a sense that Telephone Karen was about to claim another victim with her screeches, so I motioned for them to transfer her to me. I greeted her cheerily again and she seemed to get even more angry than before, hearing that she'd been transferred to the person who has followed her idiotic order. She asked me who do I think I am, canceling her policy without her permission, and I reminded her that that was the last thing she asked of me before she hung up on our previous call. That made her all the irater. She demanded I reinstate the policy, but I couldn't. It was cancelled. The deed was done. I told her I could set up a new policy and she begrudgingly said fine, and while I ran her through the policy she wanted. I went through the script we have when setting up a policy, and at the part where I said, and no conditions that have been diagnosed or been linked to a condition in the last 2 years will be covered. Telephone Karen interrupted me and asked, the conditions her dog had previously been covered for would still be covered, right? Right? Wrong, BH. They're all now pre-existing conditions. Telephone Karen lost her mind. F-ed and blinded all over. She wanted to speak to the manager, who I'd messaged with the situation all along, as I knew TK was going to ask for a manager, they always do. The manager told I was listening to the conversation and TK said, but I said that when I was angry at that other woman, I didn't mean her to actually cancel my policy. To which my manager replied, well, I'm sorry about that, but keep this as a lesson for next time so you'll have the mind to stop and calm yourself down before you say something you'll regret.